Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the midweek wrap-up of episode 81 on the Wrestling Rundown.
81?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Episode 81. Thanks for tuning in.
That's like more
hope you guys are excited for the new year. Hopefully you've not made some New Year's resolution that you're not going to fulfill within the next year. But most importantly, have fun tonight and be careful. Please. We don't want nobody dying. It's not necessary. Take a cab, whatever. Stay at somebody's house.
Call AAA.
Yeah.
We got a free tow thing going on.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Mexico promotion.
No, the AAA auto insurance. They
Oh.
do. I'm pretty sure they've got a free tow service for inebriated people from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
I just imagined a taxi driven by a luchador, but never mind. So, yeah, we got the midweek wrap. We're going to start off talking about main event.
I'd rather it be a taxi driven by a luchador.
That'd be awesome. We open up with R-Truth taking on Heath Slater. Heath Slater getting a lot of heel momentum in this match. He controlled a lot of this match.
I was just kind of surprised that they had a match where it was like both people who usually lose in matches.
Yes.
So then I was like, I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah, no, it was actually a surprise as to who was actually going to pull out a victory in this one.
I was waiting with bated breath.
Heath Slater doing a lot of good work on the leg of R-Truth, but unfortunately for him, R-Truth will pick up the win, hitting the lie detector out of nowhere. Yeah, good match though. It was good to see them actually get some time. They didn't just get rushed right off the show.
Byron's stupid looking when he dances.
Yeah, and he called the R-Truth dance the Jiggy Jiggy.
Yeah, the Jiggy Jiggy. He also mentioned the Macarena and the electric slide.
Good for him. Then we moved on to...
Way to sound super white.
We moved on to one of Kevin Hawk's favorite wrestlers, Titus O'Neil.
Adam Rose!
Titus O'Neil.
Anybody who's Titus O'Neil's opponent.
Good save. You didn't let me finish what I was going to say. The only thing to say off of this is that Titus O'Neil chopped Adam Rose so hard that you... Would you like to describe to them what it looked like?
It looked like the handprint was extremely visible directly in the center.
There was a couple of spots of blood.
Bust some vessels on the chest. Handprint was extremely visible right down the center. It looked like he got like a pack of hot dogs chopped him in the chest.
If you remember when Great Khali chopped Sheamus, it was like that except smaller.
Yeah.
But Titus O'Neil still has big hands. And then he'd pick up the win with the Clash with Titus somewhere later in the match. That's how great that match was.
Was it Clash with the Titus?
Yeah.
I don't remember that happening.
Yeah, he did his little corner thing.
I don't remember a whole lot happening in that match.
It's because you didn't care.
Oh yeah, Titus O'Neil.
Then our main event was a rematch from a couple weeks ago. We had Stardust taking on Jack Swagger. They got a lot of good time too.
Hey, the crowd was really pro Stardust for a lot of the match.
Yeah, there were lingering Cody chants because like
excited.
when he stood up and he did the "What's my name?" He had like a pop from some people and then a Cody from other people. So
yeah,
it was a little.
Well, I noticed like he did a little pose before the match started and he got a pop for that.
I didn't actually notice that. No, great match for both these guys. These guys have, how many times have we seen these guys on main event?
Lots?
At least half a dozen. Jack Swagger reversing the Queen's crossbow and locking in the ankle lock to get Stardust to tap out. So, a good win for Swagger. Kind of sad that he was just on TLC and now he's back on main event like 2 weeks later. Well, you know, what are you going to do?
Cena's back.
Cena took the Swagger spot.
We can't have too much Murica.
Oh. Well, let's talk about a news story real quick. Lucha Underground's coming back in about a month. January 27th, it'll be back. But...
It'll be back on the midweek wrap-up.
Yes, and we're excited for that. Too bad it wasn't back this week. We'll get into that in just a second. But apparently... if you remember, Hernandez was a big part of towards the second half of the first season of Lucha Underground.
I don't remember him being there at all.
No? You don't remember I remember him getting whipped with straps going against.
You know what I remember is that weird fucking outfit he wore one time. He had like the weird bodysuit.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a great look for Hernandez.
No. No, he
apparently his tank top.
You all right?
His tank top was in the wash or something.
Yeah. He was in the first season and then jumped ship really quickly to TNA, where he started doing a thing. He joined, what was the fucking group called? He joined MVP, Kenny King.
The Beatdown Clan?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. BDK?
It was the BDC.
What was the BDC?
You said BDK is Chikara.
No, I thought they stole it.
No, it was BDC.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It probably would have made more sense and probably would have been cooler, but no. So there was a big issue where a lot of parts of TNA, like different episodes for about a month's worth, were recorded where the Beatdown Clan was a part of a big storyline. And it had to be removed because Hernandez was in breach of contract with Lucha Underground. So he was released from TNA, and obviously he had burned the bridge with Lucha Underground. Well, now Hernandez is trying to sue Lucha Underground for unsafe working environment.
And I mean, you have to think, like, Hernandez's fault initially for the whole being in breach of contract.
Yeah.
And you have to think, like, how many other wrestlers in TNA were negatively affected by this.
Yeah.
Not saying that it's that terrible that you weren't seen on TNA, but...
That's still exposure for everyone.
For the MVP and Kenny King, and I know Loki was part of the group
at
some point.
I think Hernandez actually took Loki's spot. So Loki
Lashley was involved, Eric Young was involved with the storyline.
Yeah.
A lot of people involved in this storyline.
And if there were matches, anyone that went against them in matches on any of the episodes.
Yeah. So
lots of stuff was ruined at this point. And I feel like this is just Hernandez like, oh man, well how can I get back at him? With how much everyone's been so outspoken about how great Lucha Underground was, who's going to come to your side? Who does Hernandez have? We haven't heard one. This is the first bad thing that we've heard out of Lucha Underground, and it just so happens to be the one guy that fucked up his chances going back.
Yeah. Well, my guess is he's trying to get some sort of monetary compensation because he's probably not going to get re-signed by Lucha Underground or TNA anytime soon.
Probably not, if at all.
So I think he's probably just looking for compensation.
Yeah.
Something to get him by because he'll be lucky if he gets signed.
It ain't gonna happen, bro. Good luck. Yeah. That's all we got for news. Let's move on to NXT, and I know you're excited about NXT. Because we got the best of 2015 in NXT.
So we got to see
a lot of Kevin Owens is what we got.
Well, we only watched the first half.
But the big thing that they were going to show at the end was him versus Cena at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
So we saw him versus Zayn, or we saw his debut.
A little bit of it.
And then we saw him the end of him versus Zayn.
We saw the end of matches.
Yeah.
That was the running theme. It was like they didn't want to show the whole of any match, so they gave us like the last 2 or 3 minutes of each match that they showed.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they showed of Cena versus Owens.
Yeah, we got about halfway through and they were starting to talk about the Divas Revolution.
Which was bullshit. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, so the one match that was like, hey...
we're going to show you a never-before-seen match from NXT's first time recording outside of Full Sail University.
It was at the Arnold Classic, and it was Cesaro went on tour with NXT to face Neville, who hadn't made his debut on the roster yet. And they decided...
Was he not on the roster?
No, not yet.
Oh.
No. Because it was early March, and he debuted late March. So
that's right. I remember because like the last thing he did was, or one of the last things he did was Finn Balor saved him at the Arnold Classic from getting the pop-up powerbomb.
And then we saw him against Finn Balor at the NXT show. We did. And then he debuted on Raw the night after WrestleMania. But yeah, so they did Cesaro versus Neville, and this turned out that it was just a plug for the never before seen NXT DVD that's coming out.
Yeah, the Best of NXT Matches Volume 1.
Yes.
Which has a lot of matches that weren't shown on television. A lot of matches from before NXT opened up at Full Sail.
Before it was the phenomenon that it is now.
And I mean, it's going to be a good DVD to watch. I said it's got over 8 hours worth of footage.
So yeah, that's either a lot of matches or just a lot of just content, regardless.
Yeah, they mentioned that there's going to be a lot of stories from guys like Corey Graves who were around at the beginning of the NXT transition, watching it go from FCW to NXT.
Yeah. But yeah, we saw the end of Neville versus Cesaro, with Cesaro picking up the win with a neutralizer.
Good Rana from the ropes.
Yeah.
By Neville. Adrian Neville.
That's
Adrian Neville.
That's it for the midweek wrap up. I think it was 2 weeks ago we only had NXT. This week we only had main event. Thanks for watching, if you made it this far.
Don't forget.
Granted, it's not that far. So
no, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe.
Click all those links down in the description. There's lots of them: Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Reddit, podcast, 2 emails. For those of you listening to the podcast, thank you very much. Click that YouTube link. There's probably not any pictures on this one. There might be a couple.
If we can get a screen grab of Adam Rose's chest, post
maybe.
shop.
Maybe. We'll see what we can do.
Playlist. There's a Raw review.
Raw reviews of it. Raw was good.
This.
But with this being the last day of 2015, we won't see you till next year for the SmackDown Rundown. It's going to be a long time. That joke didn't turn into anything,
They get what you were trying to go for.
Hey for effort, right? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next year for the SmackDown Rundown.
Fuck Sheamus.